So last week, Small claims to be one of the best, smallest models that you can use that can run on your mobile phone. It's small footprint and it's pretty good. And I want to test it out and show everyone to see how good it is and show it from the point of view of someone who codes a lot of AI projects and is a developer, and not what other people are testing, very generic examples that don't really make sense. So here is an article by VentureBeat about Small, saying that it's powerful AI to your phone, no cloud required. And they're saying they can challenge the AI giants. So they're saying that they can beat the performance of these ones, some of the Quen models, and then its secret sauce, like they explain how they did it and how they're doing accessibility and privacy. When I come here, I check. So they have different models. They have a 135, a 360, a 1.7B. So I'm going to test all three out and show you the results, and then we can go from there. So let's start with the 1.7B. So let's start with the first one, where write me a Python script that prints 1 to 100 for the Fibonacci sequence and prints even odd before the text. So here it looks like it did it, but it did it separately. It didn't do it together. So that's not really correct. Next one, write me a finite state machine to encapsulate logic of Tower of Hanani's game. So Tower of Hanani is a very complex logic game. And the idea is, if I ask to make a finite state machine, it basically is encapsulating the logic of this into a class to represent the logic. And this is a more complicated problem. And if it can understand this, then I would say it's pretty good at advanced logic. And you can see here, it just made a JSON and didn't do it. So this is a fail. Write me a haiku poem with the seasons winter, fall, summer, spring, with each line beginning with the season's first letter. Winter, fall, each season. So it completely failed. So it can't understand logic. It can't know how to write content. Next one is, basically there's 4 tiers of logic, and I want them to calculate, do some math, so I can see if it can understand multi-level logic. And all it did was reprint it out. And the answer for this is completely wrong. So it cannot do that either. Next, I wanted to do a role playing where it wanted to pretend to be a 5-year-old boy who just got scolded by a teacher and write me an email to my CEO when a client ran away with payments. So basically, wants to see its ability to role play. It kept a very short question. It didn't even role play. So this is a fail as well. Next one is, we have 3 different concepts: common sense, game theory, and epigenetics. I want to explain the difference between the 3. So they just gave me one-liners for this, and then the reason is the more general skill. So it actually was able to explain the difference. This is pretty surprising. Like because it sucked at the math and it sucked at logic, but it was able to explain concepts. So that would be a win in my books. Next one was, what is a capital cannon? But I want to use one word. And it didn't follow the instructions, so it failed here as well. And then next one is basically, I want to see how well it understands old programming languages. So basically, I want them to solve the NQ problem in COBOL, and then create a wrapper class in C++ to interact with the code. So let's see. It just wrote a generic C++ code, so this is a fail. Let's go to the here. So I want to test its other abilities. So here's a sales transcript between Bob and Christina. Tell me what are the requirements of the project. So when I scroll down here and run it, it didn't even process the script. So this might be a context window problem where it is too much context, but it just didn't do the job properly. Then I tested another scenario where basically I give it 2000 token story, and I hit the password in the middle, and I wanted to find the password. And this is very good for helping you see how much context window the model can take. So you can see here, it just spit out the story. It didn't actually answer the question, so it failed. And then 4000, same thing, it failed. 8000, it failed. It doesn't do very well on large context. Now let's test the smaller model, 360M, right? So here, write the Python code for the Fibonacci sequence. So here, same thing, it didn't actually answer the question properly. Finite state machine, fail. Like, this is ridiculous, but okay. Next is write me a poem, and it completely misinterpreted how to write the poem. And then 3 tiers of logic. This also gave the wrong answer. And then role playing as a 5-year-old boy. Again, it failed. Do reasoning for the 3 topics. So surprising, it did this okay. Again, what's the capital of Canada? And it spit out a lot more text than it needed to be. So this is a fail. Right, solve the NQ problem in COBOL and the wrapper class in C++. Complete fail. And then I tried some other ones. So overall, like, I think this small model is really overhyped. It completely sucks at everything. The only thing it's good at is, sounds like concept, giving you quick answers for concepts, and that's pretty much it. Everything else, it failed. And I don't think this is a good model for you to use in production.